Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is gonna be part two. To give more context, it's better probably to just watch part one. I'm losing my voice. But I am gonna be drawing your guys' OC. Now this is gonna be a continuation of part one. So I already have 3 characters already selected from you guys. So we are just going to continue. This is just kind of like a little reminder that if you like to still submit your OCs in the hashtag on Instagram, then you can do so. And then the next few videos I will be doing, I think 1 ASMR and 1 more draw with me, where I will be selecting another batch of OCs to draw. But for this one and the previous part, I decided to pick OCs prior to letting you guys submit new ones, just to give people more of a chance to get their OC selected. So here we go. So we're going to be working on, I guess this is the 4th one technically. And if you're wondering about process, it's better to watch when I was drawing this one, because I think I went in a little bit more detail in terms of like steps about my merging of my layers and like clipping everything and all that jazz. But for these ones, I think I'm just going to jump right in and do a little bit less explaining, if that makes sense. Okay, so the OC that I'm going to be drawing today is by Rory. Now my phone's really blown out. I'll put the image right here, but Rory, thank you much for submitting your OC, and I shall be drawing your very cute OC. So let's get started. Let's make a new layer and start to sketch. I didn't really come prepared, so I need to think of how do I want to do this to best showcase your kind of like your character's design. Do you like that your character has purple eyes? I don't think I've drawn a lot of characters with purple eyes. I've defaulted a lot of my 17 drawings to have purple eyes, just because I like to put a little bit of variation instead of always drawing brown eyes all the time. I'm gonna keep the eye shape a little bit more similar, so your character has a little bit larger, kind of more like oval eyes. Get the second eye in. We might have to kind of scooch these over to get them to match a little bit better. So as I'm recording this, the video for the first one actually hasn't gone up yet, so I have no idea what's happening with that video quite yet, because I'm filming this like the night before that one. So yeah, I'm just hoping all the hecticness and stuff has finally ceased, so I can kind of return to some kind of normalcy. Throw in a face. Didn't really tilt it all that much. Throw in some ears. Because the pupil I made so dark, it's looking a little haunting to me. It's not confirmed quite yet, but I did get kind of like a confirmation email that I'm probably going to be tabling at Anime Fawn, which is in Edmonton, Alberta. So I'm hopefully going to be attending that, and my friend's going to accompany me and help me table. So that's kind of nice. I think it's been a while. Actually, it's the first time I think that I've actually done probably 2 cons in 1 year. And it kind of gives me a little bit more time, because I definitely think I'm underprepared for Odafest. Let's do a quick neck. The color is really cute on your OC. Kind of has a nice teal collar, but also the collar comes into a nice butterfly shape in the center, which I think is really cute. So let's see if we can draw this. I'm not sure if mine even looks like a butterfly. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit. I remember in grade 3 though, we went to, I don't know who it was, like I used to live in like a small village, and we went to someone's house and they had like a bunch of monarch butterflies in their backyard. And I remember going for like a science class. We would go and we got to see them. I even have like a childhood photo of myself with one of the monarch butterflies on my finger. Let's give some hair. So your character has their hair kind of split, kind of above their technically this eye. Hopefully I can follow the length a bit so we can kind of fit all of her hair into here. So the top is cut off, so I'm just gonna fill in the shape to how the hair is kind of parted. You have the character has quite long hair, so I'll put a few strands here. I think the brown hair with purple eyes is a cute combo though. So this is like a collar. She does have a heart on her shoulder, but I don't know if we can fit it in. Yeah, this one's a little bit more simple. Maybe I do want to see if I can put a hand into here though. Because I do like the sleeves as well on the shirt. Get some kind of hand into here. Bit of like a thumb. And then we can kind of do the sleeves. So it does have a cute kind of like stripe design on it. I'm gonna put this behind her arm or her hand. Okay, I think actually this one is done in terms of the sketch, which didn't take me too long, 12 minutes. The other ones I think took me around 15 minutes to sketch, but then coloring kind of took, I think in total, it's around 45 minutes for each of these. I think this one took a little bit longer, or it's this one because I was fussing with it. Okay, now let's pick a color for the background. Now because of the teal, kind of want to make this teal as well for the background. So let's go ahead and do that. More green will work. We'll just have to make it lighter. Okay. Oh, it's really blown out for you guys. Then lock this. And then we can add in kind of our pinks or anything to kind of warm up the face. So my lens got a little fuzzy because of me resizing it, but I think it should be okay. Actually, let's make that a little bit more yellowy. Yellow just looks a lot brighter. And then fill in the eyes. Actually, I need to add a bit more color to the skin. A little bit more orangey instead of too pink. I'm actually gonna throw in her shirt color really quick. It's a very cool looking, almost like a pinkish purple. Eh. Probably go lighter than that. And then her collar, I am going to make it a little darker, just so we can have a little bit more contrast. Suddenly get windy. I don't know if it's raining right now. Sounds like something's like slapping the window. Let's pick a nice purple for her eyes after we add a bit of a shadow here. Her eyes are a little bit more cooler. So lean it towards a little bit of the blue, and then I'll kind of like shift it more towards that blue. Another group I really miss in terms of like girl groups is Bestie. They always had such catchy songs, and they always gave me a little bit of like Girls' Day vibes. Very strong females. Similar, I think similar concepts too, but I really enjoyed their music. Since the character does look a little younger, I am gonna make the cheeks a little bit more rosy. And then we can add her brown hair. Gonna avoid the ear right there. So I'm just gonna throw in a base color. The base color I chose this time is a little bit darker. Okay, and then take our kind of skin tone and go over that. I don't want to lose our purple. For the shadows though, so I'm gonna pop that back in. I might add a little bit of that blue as well. Make the shadow look a little bit more cool toned. And then for this, we can add a little bit more of a subtle shadow to go with first. Kind of blend that downwards. I'm gonna pull a little bit of other colors that we have present, like the purples, into her hair, and then we can kind of push our highlights to be fairly bright. You can also add a little bit of blue. Her eyes look a little dark, which I think is also partly what's throwing me off. A little bit of blue here and there. Okay. So let's add some shadows. Actually, let's do the collar. And then we can add some shadows. Add a little bit here. I might even add more of a saturated pink. Get a little bit of color variation in there. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is lock this layer, and we can start to color in our sketch lines so that they appear a little bit softer. Now it's just a bunch of laying down colors to see what works. It's like much lighter, this kind of light pinkish purple color. Let's set it back to multiply, but if I merge it without putting a color underneath, so merge down, you can see that some of these outside lines actually remained a little bit lighter. It's not too big of a difference here, but usually when I merge the layers downwards, they do change a little bit more drastically. So sometimes I like to add the dark color around prior. I can merge down and pretty much nothing looks changed, so we can just go ahead and start to render. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do this. So this is kind of throwing me off. I decided to, I don't know why, make the base of her eye kind of more of a warmer purple and then a kind of cooler purple in the center, which is kind of throwing me off. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't look too scary. I always feel bad if I accidentally butcher your guys' characters, because a lot of you guys have really pretty and very cute or handsome characters, and I'm like, I feel very worried to butcher them. Clean up the face. So a lot of this is just like, as usual, the cleaning and kind of rendering things to a certain point, which I feel comfortable with leaving. That kind of also helps me make it look a little bit more clean without actually having to do every individual line, because it kind of helps me reinforce the form of the hair sometimes. Grab this color. So usually for the highlights, I actually forgot to do this. I usually use the darker color if it's like sitting underneath where the highlights is, and kind of chip away. I can kind of do it right now, but usually it's easier if I do it with the larger brush, so we can kind of get some larger shapes rather than these tiny, kind of more wispier shapes. So we can get these to match. Okay. Yeah, we won't spend too much time on this. So we can get the two other characters in. Okay, actually, let's fix the sleeve a little bit and then I'll call it done for this one. Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna call it done. Yeah, thank you very much for submitting your OC. So what I'm gonna do actually is to clip this downwards So you're gonna do is take it and just clip it, and you can see that all of these ones are also clipped to the little grid squares down below, so you can kind of see that it stays within the edges. Rory underscore Toki. Yeah, thank you much for submitting your OC. And hopefully I didn't butcher them too much. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next one that I have is Dreamy Boba and their OC Louie, I think. I don't know how you say this, Louie or Lewis? I think it's Louie. But yeah, let's draw their character. Very cute color palette, I could say, right off the bat. Really like the pastels and the dark hair. So, let's get on with this. He has some cute outfits, so... But I do like the pink though. But I do like the big outfit that you have already centered. How do I want to do this? It's another very cute character. My brain, let me see if I can rack my brain on a pose. Wow, my brain's having a hard time. It's a bit more flatter eyes on the top. Giving him more square eyes at this point. Let's get another matching eye here. Then we can adjust. We can throw in the face and the hands, because I do want maybe the head resting on the two hands. Erase that. So we can put in a new guideline. He's a very more of a rounder face, so let's get rid of all these. Lower his jaw a little bit so we can kind of try to center his eyes a bit. Do his hands like this. See if I can change his expression just a little bit. Quickly flip it so we can kind of do the other one. I'll figure this out a little bit later. Hands will be the end of me, and I'm definitely not taking the proper time to really fix this. Let's get in some cute, kind of puffier sweater sleeves into here. And we have a big chunky sweater. I forgot that this covers actually a good portion of his, like, bottom half of his face. I like the chunky sweater, but also like the dual tone. Because I always like the dual toned ones, but also like color blocked ones I think look really cute too. Let's curl inwards. Oh, I didn't realize, yeah, I made him a little bit too big, so let's shrink him down. See if I can get the hair shape correct. I think this is the same issue I had with the first character that I did. Oh yeah, I just noticed the eye color. It's like a really pretty warm gray. Or maybe we should go with the baby blue. It's kind of a warmer blue compared to the other ones that I've chosen. Let's see how warm should I do the skin tone? A little bit more pinky. Okay, maybe that's better. And then we can slowly warm up his face. Clear the inside and the bottom part a little bit. You can probably add a highlight too. Okay, and his eye color, like I said, is more of a warm gray. So... kind of nice lighter quality that he has to his eyes. Then we can add a little bit of the blue into here again. Sweater, we have a really nice kind of peachy, it's not exactly peachy maybe. I don't know what color is this? Because I don't even know if I have the right color. Maybe it's more pink. Okay. Yeah, I really like the color scheme that you gave for your character. It's really cute. I think that might be the right hair color. For you guys, you're gonna see it very blue, which is gonna be kind of disappointing how my camera won't be able to pick it up. So if this is your OC, please check at least by the end to see the more accurate colors. I might post these, I'm not sure. I don't really remember if I posted my other ones as well. Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get this on to the hand a little bit so that it looks like his face and his sweater resting on his hand, not just like his hand kind of floating underneath his sweater. Okay. Add highlights. So we can kind of lean towards that almost baby blue color that we have earlier. Or in the background. For the hair to follow too, so that's kind of why I like to do it this way. But obviously you want to vary up some of the strands or the shape of it so it doesn't read too much of like a band. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of this pink to the underneath parts of his hair, just to do almost like reflective light. Do you want to use this again to make a bit of our deeper shadows? Okay, so we're gonna go... Actually, I'm gonna try to clean up the hair a little bit more. And then a dark kind of blue for the edges of his hair. I might add in color for his eyebrow because I think that would make more sense right now. Actually, we might lower his eyebrows. So let me go do that first. So let's unlock this. Not that. Unlock. Get rid of his eyebrows because I am going to do them like so. We can lower it. Just gonna try to define his features a little bit. I can also I didn't darken up some of these lines earlier. I think where his palm starts and stops. I really do like the color scheme though. I can't stop and compliment enough about how much I like the color combinations for your OCs. It's very cute. Yeah, like I said, I am going to darken up these corners. This makes the hair a little bit more readable in my opinion. Because you can kind of see some thicker, larger sections here. Yes, it is the song. I love this song so much. So if you guys have like any curiosities on, or not curious, if you guys want like any song recs that maybe you just want to try listening to, give Bestie's songs a try. They are disbanded, but I do love their music still. I think I was talking about this in a different video, how I wish I had more artist friends to talk about art with, like in real life. I still wish for that, but maybe I should really just break out of my bubble and talk to people during Otafest and Anime Fun, because those are technically more local cons for me. Let's see if we can fix this. I feel like that's all I've been saying. I feel like I need to fix this. I think yeah, I need to break old habits. I talked about this before, I'm pretty sure. That we used to do like the game in middle school. So basically, you have the last 2 minutes talking about a random topic given by classmates, and you're not allowed to say or any of those like filler words. Or not even words, filler sounds that you would use to kind of like take a break mid-sentence or I can't. It's too much of a habit for me. But it's kind of like you're trying to break the habit of breaking your sentence midway. Let's add a little bit of variation. I do want to add more of a electric yellow. I think that fits him well, and I can see a little bit of yellow in his color scheme where his belt is, but because the belt isn't present, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, thank you much for submitting your OC. I'm just gonna add, let's see, clip this and then add the name at the top. Underscore boba. Yeah, thank you much for submitting your OC, and hopefully I didn't butcher him too much. Like I said, I really like his color scheme a lot, so apologies if I didn't do him justice. Let's work on to the next one. Oh, I accidentally have 7 picked out. Should I even it out? Do another dude? This one's a little bit different in terms of age, I think. Is a much younger character, I think. That or they're just more smaller. So this is by Nickel Cat. I'll put the picture here, and they have a really cute kind of like BOC, Benny the B-boy. I think that's very cute. There is another I wanted to do, which is kind of more like gamer girl, which would have been very fun. But I think the color scheme is kind of like in between these two. So like overall, it would have connected nicely. But I would like to branch out to a different kind of theme and color aesthetic. So yeah, because these ones have fairly different aesthetics. The texture in the hair is really pretty, and how the light hits it. I really like how you colored this one. So let's draw this little dude. This makes me really want to draw my own OCs a lot more. I'm actually doing an art trade with one of my friends, and they want to draw Akemi, but I haven't drawn him enough to give her more context, so I would like to doodle him, and I might want to work in Clip Studio Paint, so maybe I'll share those ones with you guys if I do decide to do that. I'll just do like a screen recording or something, and we can maybe talk. Just gonna drink water. Remember to hydrate, by the way. I know this is gonna be like late into the video, but hydrate. I'm gonna do this. I kind of want to give him a flower. It looks like the flower that you gave him is it a like chamomile or is it a daisy? Something like of that sort. So let's go ahead and do that. Should probably have planned on how I wanted to kind of tilt the flower, but you know, what's planning? Yeah, how do I include the wings? That's the problem. Maybe I should have had or we can just push him to the edge. Give him a little bit smaller hands. I think, yeah, I need to kind of shrink down the proportions just a little bit. Because it seems more like a childlike character, that or just a much smaller bodied character. So I kind of want to keep the proportions a little bit more on the youthful side. But this character is reminding me that I should probably draw Koji more too. Just draw all my OCs. I have like a tendency to make shirts and stuff a little bit more baggier than I think they need to be. B-wings seems so difficult. But I think like a BOC is very cute, like concept-wise. I always feel bad because I really don't want to butcher your guys' characters because like I said, a lot of you guys have such cute characters. Let's go ahead and color. I didn't do it for the other ones, but sometimes I like to darken up the corners, like prior. Kind of saves me the trouble. I don't have to go back in. Okay. Brighter, lighter, a little bit more towards brown. Background color first. I think the muted gray that you already have in here is great. So that is what we are going to do. Kind of a muted... Did I say gray? I meant green. Muted green. Let's color in the character. The character does have more of a pinkier undertone. So let's go ahead and do that. So like the contrast. Because sometimes if I go with a more pink base, I feel like sometimes I get into purple territory a little too fast. Because even like pinks and reds, I think I lean towards liking warmer pinks and cooler reds. So I already automatically went to orange. It's okay. The other ones I feel like, yeah, I didn't really draw an ear. Kind of left them a little bit blank. These ones I added a little bit. This one not so much, but I did a little bit there. Eye color is a nice green. Kind of more of a yellowy green. Like, rather than like any cooler greens. But to darken it, I tend to go into kind of more of the cooler greens. Okay. I might want to add a little bit more blush. Okay, let's add some cooler shadows to underneath his hair. Kind of light. Unlock this. And he has a nice, kind of like chestnut brown. Maybe a little bit darker than that, but... Oof. Color in the hair. This reminds me of somebody. Just like the way I've already had this colored in. It's probably something I've drawn recently. Okay, gonna make this side. Actually, which side do I want to make it? Let's make it the farther side, which I'm gonna say is this side. Gonna make it more muted and darker. Actually not more muted. Let's just make it darker. I'm gonna run this across. Kind of more in a band. So I kind of want to keep the vibrancy alive. So I'm kind of using a purple, and then we can kind of transition our highlight to be more of a muted color, but still light. Yeah, this is something like I'm trying to avoid. Just making the things look a little bit too like samey. So make sure to give your highlights a little bit of variation, unless you do like having kind of more of a solid strip or band. Add a little bit of the green. Okay, wings. We need it to be more or less transparent, translucent. So I'm gonna do this first. Honestly don't know how to do this. I'll make this lighter. Because I don't know how to draw insect wings. Okay. Shirt color. We can go with kind of a... Can you call this a baby yellow, or is it just like a pale yellow? Because I know some people say baby pink and baby blue, right? Is that because it's associated with babies, or is it because of its lightness? Because I don't understand. Someone probably knows the answer to that. That, or I'm just babbling into nothingness again. Context. Thought I wasn't gonna finish my sentence. Jeez. Should probably have done the shadows for the yellow first. Yellow is just like one of those colors that like, I could do the shadows with orange or kind of like a muted color of anything because it's so light, but I usually like going with like a muted purple. And then usually if I'm mixing it towards the yellow, I'll make it a little bit more saturated, a little bit warmer. So you kind of transition a little bit. Add this here. Then as for our black color, gonna make it cooler and a little bit more muted, and we can kind of just shade this in. It kind of helps give a little bit more of that context for our wings here. Brown portion of his hair. Obviously green for his eyes, but I'm gonna maybe darken it a little bit. Now hopefully, I actually didn't really double check. I should have double checked before, but hopefully I didn't do any repeats of selecting the same person's OC, because I would like to give multiple people's, or I would like to give multiple people an opportunity to get their OC drawn. I'd rather talk about this. Another reason why I'm awake a little too late, because I've eaten dessert a little bit too late. I ordered my brother and I Japanese cheesecake tart. It's so good. I'm hoping and praying that my stomach doesn't react poorly to it, because technically it is a cheesecake. And I'm lactose intolerant, or at least partially. I'm not too sure if I am fully or just partially, but all I know is like a lot of dairy really F's me up. That and spicy food, which really sucks because I like both of them. I like dairy products and spicy food. I did not add a extra color, which I think I will. That kind of more of a pink. Kind of just clearing up the hands. Cleaning up the hands, not clearing up. But yeah, thank you very much for submitting your OC, and hopefully I didn't butcher your OC Benny. He's very adorable, that's all I can say for sure. So let me clip this downwards. Now I'm gonna put the handle, and then we'll do one last step before we move on. Okay, thank you much for submitting your OC. And once again, she'll make a new layer. We'll clip this, and we'll add a white stroke behind. Or not behind, we'll just add a white stroke. Like I said, in the future I'll find some other ways for you guys to submit OCs other than through Instagram, because I know not everyone has Instagram, but for now, please submit only your OCs through the hashtag only. Please do not tag me, do not DM me, and I will only be able to see posts from public profiles. So yeah, but thank you very much for the people who did send their OCs in, whether or not you got them drawn today or not, or even from the last session. I will be doing another batch. I think I'm gonna do another 6 like this. Maybe I'll do the top half as ASMR and the bottom half as another draw with me. So I'll see you guys next week with another video, and I think that's it. Bye!